is just stupid. All right, rotating. But there we go. Yep, that's how it's gonna go. Wow, that's really hard for me to see through. Okay, so can you tell if I'm live? Super. Hey, Grandma Ginger Farm, howdy. Good to see you, Grandma Ginger Farm. Thanks for showing up. I already got one thumbs up too. And it says there are 6 people watching. Well, we'll see. Whoever's watching, please say your name. Say shalom. Your other half is doing a great job on Patreon. Oh, thank you. There is Mrs. Lovely Dudley. Shalom. And Whisker for Oscar Whiskey, howdy. And Lost Light, shalom, Sister Kate. And J.A. Dudley, shalom. So I got 2 moderators on here. That's awesome. That's really cool. Patrick Fleer, shalom. Nice to see you. Ingrid's Kitchen Garden, hello. There's Gail Rogers from Walnut. MS, that's Mississippi, right? MS? Not Minnesota. Oh. Well, shalom and welcome to my special announcement, and I am going to get to it here pretty shortly. There's Linda Hippo, shalom, Sister Kate, and crew members. That's right, Serenity Haven Homestead, Huntington, West Virginia. Nice. I follow a person on Instagram, Coal Miner's Daughter. I think she's in West Virginia too. And I was going to put my what do you call it, microphone on, but I can't have the microphone on and be charging my phone at the same time. And I wanted to charge my phone because it was getting low and I didn't want it to go out while I was doing the live stream. Let's see, what else was I going to say? I wanted to thank everyone who's a channel member. And if you are a channel member, then usually there's some kind of little indicator next to your name. Trying and doing. Yeah, see, she's got a little picture next there. Hello from coastal Washington. And McMikey says, shalom, y'all from the wet Missouri Ozarks. McMikey's got a really cool thing on the Instagram where he has a camera in his bird feeder and he'll shoot video of birds eating from the bird feeder. And that's kind of fun, especially in the springtime, when you're seeing more and more birds show up, like the cardinals and stuff. There's Soapy Acres Homestead. Hey, shalom, all the way from Canada. Carrie Stennett, hello. Ingrid's Kitchen Garden, what you saying there? Bandon, Oregon. Man, we've had crazy weather. What's been going on up there? Is that Eastern Oregon or Western Oregon, Bandon? We had a heck of a rainstorm last night. Everything on the mountain is topped up with the water. All the ponds and everything. Let's see what else. There is Viking Preparedness. He is also a moderator, so behave yourselves. Hoping to upgrade the camera and add a couple more. Wow, Mikey, it'll be like live bird feeder cam. That'll be cool. Trying and doing. I finally remembered prep day thanks to you. Oh, good job. Yeah, I was doing prep day today too, and so was Pastor, and so was my publisher. Because I was texting her today, and she was like, I got caught up in prepping for the Shabbat and got busy and so on. Had crazy weather here in my part of the Ozarks yesterday afternoon and last night. What kind of stuff did you have going on, Carrie? Soapy Acres says, we got dunked with snow again. How many feet do you have up there in Canada, Soapy Acres Homestead? Freezing weather in Ingrid's neck of the woods. Oregon normally has some cold. Hey, there's Tim Pack. Long time no see, brother. Welcome back to the live stream. Over there in Oregon, they get cold weather, but it's usually not like sub-freezing weather. It's like, mid-30s and up. So freezing is probably not a whole lot of fun. Gail Rogers, we've had heavy rain and terrible wind. 18-wheeler blew over in Tupelo. Wow. Deck Street over for me had a tree go through their garage. Man, that is pretty crazy. Carrie Stennett says that hail and heavy rain and wind. I guess your bad weather has made it to North Carolina, says Ken Fanning. Yeah, it's going to travel east, right? From west to east. And so if it hit us, it's going to hit you. Let's see what Soapy Acres says. We have 2 each. 2 each. What? Snow? Not sure what you mean there. Tim Pack. Okay. Oh, so if you looked at the, what is it called? The thumbnail for the live stream, that was a clue as to what this special announcement is going to be. This will be the first 3 weeks this will be the first week without snow in 3 weeks, says Ingrid. That is also kind of unusual in Oregon to have snow. It just blew through Atlanta in 15 minutes, said D-Neck. And Serenity Haven Homestead says we've got 30 to 75 degree temps and days doing the roller coaster nights. Low days, high. Oh, that's David Neck? I think so. Well, D-Neck, long time no see, brother. But snow, we probably have 2 feet, and it was my joke. You asked how many feet we have, 2 each. Oh, I see. That's a funny joke. Really cute. Really cute. All right, so it is David Neck. Well, brother, thanks for coming to the live stream. Really appreciate it. You got a nice little group of friends in your area. Deb Vold, hello from Northwest Ohio. Are you anywhere near where that train thing happened, Deb? And if you were, I'm so sorry. Northwest Arkansas Preppers popping in to say howdy. Howdy, brother. Rocklick Ranch, shalom. And Big German Prepared says hello, Sister Kate. Hello. Hello. Good to see everybody here. So I'm not going to draw it out any longer. This big announcement I have is my book is going to be published on March 13th. And it's called Homestead Hints. Push the thumbs up, says Stratton and Doing. And there's the Grinch. Howdy from Texas. It's called Homestead Hints, and I've written it on this what do you call it? Not a chalkboard, dry erase board, with the details of the book. From communist Delaware, says Big German. And Northwest Arkansas says, sweet. So does Jim Grummajichter's Farm. And there's Phoebe Wyatt, shalom. And Kirsten, it says, congratulations. Thank you. So the name of the book is Homestead Hints. And hopefully you can read that. I'm seeing it backwards here, but I'm hoping this is forward. And the publisher is Homestead Hints, yes. And the publisher is Debarim Publishing. And Debarim is the word for Deuteronomy, which is retelling, if I remember that correctly. So Debarim Publishing, and she's at Debarim. Oh, thanks, Linda. Publishing.com. And the book will be available to the general public. Hopefully you guys can see this. Tell me if you can see it, because all I can see is your comments. March 13th. It will be available on places like Amazon and Barnes and Noble. You will be able to pre-order it if you want to. There's Guardian Mother. You can see it. Good. Thank you for answering the question, and welcome, Guardian Mother and McMikey. You will be able to pre-order if you want to at DeBarring Publishing. She's setting up a pre-order link or button or something on her page. She's going to try to do that today. Shalom. Serenity Haven Homestead says, awesome, thank you. She's setting up a pre-order link. The author's name, it'll be under S.K. Fox. Because that's my last name, and then we decided to go with initials just because not everybody, gets down with the sister in front of a name, even though it's just a sister in Christ. Mrs. Lovely Dudley says, congratulations, I'm so excited. I'm so excited too about this booklet. Now, it's about 60 pages, and it's going to be priced around $10. And the whole point of the book, thank you, Elisha Kramer. That'd be cool. I'm going to order myself some too. J.A. Dudley says, congrats, MK. Thank you. The whole point about this booklet or book is it's not meant to be a great big tome, if you know what I mean. Thank you, Lance Corporal Veteran. And Deb Volt. It is meant to be a kind of short, almost Cliff Notes version for people who want to start homesteading. And it starts from even before you get to leave where you are, even before you've just bought your land, all the way through moving and getting there, and then hints on setting up your homestead. So it's what I was thinking of when I wrote it was, hey, excuse me, I got a live stream going on here. It's kind of distracting you over there. When the Mormons were leaving, I think they were in Illinois or somewhere, and they were heading out to Utah. And not just Mormons, pioneers were heading west. There was some little booklet somebody wrote about, going out west in America before there was, the whole big 1849 gold rush and all that stuff. And it was just a little booklet with lists of what you needed to take with you and a little map of the route you might want to take. McMikey, that's a really good idea. When I get a copy, I probably will. Anyway, a lot of people got this booklet, and they, they'd be in St. Louis right there on the river, on the Missouri, before leaving to go over the Missouri and head up the Platte River and all that stuff. And they would use that little booklet, and it wasn't always accurate. The guy actually misled everybody about how easy it was to find food and water and what the weather was like. Well, I'm not going to try to be that for everyone. I'm not trying to mislead you in homesteading or direct you in an area. I'm trying to give you as much of my experience and tips on how to do things as I could think of. So thank you, Guardian Mother. Mostly left from Independence, Missouri, the Santa Fe, California, and Oregon Trail, right? Or I think St. Louis was a place where a lot of people also left off, like Lewis and Clark did and whatever. So that's what Homestead Hints is. It's that kind of tips. Hey, Aid, welcome. So the information on when it's going to come out and again, the publisher and stuff, I'll put that in the community section of my channel as well. But here it is one more time, just in case you didn't get it the first time. It's called Homestead Hints. It'll be S.K. Fox will be the author, and it's under DeBarring Publishing, and she has DeBarringPublishing.com. She's also on Instagram, and it's going to be available to the public March 13th, but you can pre-order. Grateful Acres, shalom, good to see you. And March 13th is Monday. And then sometime after that, there'll be a little bit of the marketing and probably a few podcast interviews, but I'm really busy between now and about the third week of March. So I'm not going to be doing any of that stuff until after, but the book will be available before then. So let me see what else you guys are saying. That is an awesome idea. Yeah. Well, and I have other ideas for books. Only 10 more days, says Lambkeeper. Yay! Thanks for being a channel supporter, Lambkeeper. It's been in the planning phase for a couple of years. Like when I got the idea for it, I did like notes, just notes, and then tried to fill it out a little bit after that, and then had a friend who edited it for me. And through, misadventures, my program messed up what she had done, and she got busy and blah, blah, blah. So it's been a little while, and every time springtime turned over, I was like, man, I should have that book out there. And then recently, Sarah Williams at Debarim, she's a sister in the faith and so on, was inspired to start her own publishing company, she has 2 books that she's got there. One's a kid's book and the other one's an adult book. And we got together, had those kind of adult meetings and talking about stuff and planning things out. And she's the one who's been doing the background work. She sent me my ISB number like 3 weeks ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, we're so close. And then I'm supposed to be getting a copyright letter in the mail, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so close. And then she texts me today and says, when do you want to launch this thing? So I didn't want to have too much going on in the time that I'm going to be super busy for the next couple of weeks, but I thought I can announce before Shabbat, I can announce this thing, and then we'll get down to the nitty and the gritty about 2 or 3 weeks from now. Tim Pack says, congratulations. Thanks. We're starting our new homestead this year, so the timing is phenomenal, says Guardian Mother. Good. I hope it's of help to you, Guardian Mother. I really do. Signed copies are a great marketing idea, says Grandma Ginger Farm. I agree. And I'm sure it's not going to, well, I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea how popular it's going to get, but that is a great marketing idea. And I mean, we can even talk about it on the channel if you want to buy it from Amazon and ship it to me and I sign it and send it back or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm new to this, but I know having crew members and having a channel and talking to other homesteaders, people on Instagram, people on YouTube, watching their videos. I really would like to get to a homesteader conference too and get out and meet some folks. Don't know if I can promise that because we're always so daggone busy, but I think it's just a really good opportunity to help people out, give you guys some little tips and stuff so that it'll make your time doing that shorter than ours was. Because we're 10 years into the homesteading thing and we're still working on stuff. You've seen my latest videos. You're welcome. I just signed with Sarah last Friday, so I know how you feel. Well, I didn't want to steal your thunder, Lambkeeper, but yeah, Lambkeeper is also someone who's been working on a book, and hers will be a real book, not a like booklet kind of thing like mine, 60 pages versus like hers will be a real novel. But yeah, she's gonna be doing one of these announcements pretty soon too. How many egg layers do you have, says Big German? How many egg layers? That's a really good question. I have at least 20, and I've got a lot of younger ones that got hatched out last summer that are up and coming, so eventually I'll probably have around 40. Why don't you have a book drop party online here? Book drop party. Grandma Ginger's Farm. I might be able to do it after the busy time frame, but in the next 2 weeks on the book drop day, I will be super, super busy. So I wouldn't be able to do it on the actual day, but I could have some kind of party after that, like more towards the end of the month. And that's not a bad idea either. Like a live party thing. There's never enough hours in the day, says Carrie, especially for people who, really want to do something with their time besides waste it. Like, Simple Times, thank you so much. So very happy for you. Thanks. This year is one of those years where I just decided I am not waiting anymore for any reason for certain projects and things that I want to accomplish this year. I'm not willing to put them off. I'm not willing to make myself a list. I want to bang them out. And so, excuse me, there is literally not enough time right now. As a matter of fact, we're booked up for almost the whole month. I didn't want to steal yours either. You deserve your glow. Aw, thank you. Yeah, we're all in it together, Lamp Keeper. One big happy family. Hey, everybody, thumbs up and sharing this will also help. Yeah, and I mean, I wanted it to be, I guess I can make another video. I can make another video just about the book, and it'll be shorter. Like I didn't picture the live stream being more than about 10 minutes long, but then I realized on this particular day, like most of my chores are already done. So if it flowed and it, if you guys wanted to chat for a little while, I decided I would be willing to let us go on a little bit longer. But to announce a book, like this is going to be too long for someone to want to sit through. So I'll do another book announcing short video and put it on the channel too. We are all glowing, says Trying and Doing. Congratulations. I've been feeling the same way. Just want to get stuff done. Yeah. And I'm sure most of you homesteaders are the same. Like this time of year, springtime, so much should already be done. It's the time to do all the things as guardian mother. Like potatoes should be planted. Ours are going to be late because we are busy. And that irks me, but I have planted some peas. And there were a couple of potatoes I planted back in February. I'll be very interested to see if they come up because we're having some really cold weather coming up. I know you advised me to plant my fruit trees after I get my land cleared. I think that's the most advisable information I've ever received. Well, and I'm not the only one who knows that. It's just one of those sayings, like, when do you plant your fruit trees 10 years ago? So as soon as you can get them in the ground, the better it is for you because it's, depending on the variety, 3 to 7 years before they bear fruit. Now, your semi-dwarf varieties often can bear fruit their first and second year. It's just not very much. But there you go. Just got out, drew some artichokes in yesterday. No potatoes in yet, though. I just got home. Sorry, can you start over, says Ken Warland. All right, Ken, just for you, because you're a channel supporter and a person who's really helpful to my family. I have a book coming out March 13th. It is called Homestead Hints. It will be ready at DeBarring Publishing for pre-order and also ordering, and it will be on Amazon and Barnes & Noble March 13th. I will make another announcement on my channel. I will post information and stuff. As a matter of fact, the channel members got the sneak peek look at the cover of it today. And I will post the same picture in the general, everybody see it part of the community section soon. Not promising I'm going to get it done today because, it's Shabbat coming up and I still have to go close up my ducks and whatever. But they got a sneak peek as channel members. So I will put information up on my page. I'm excited. Valuable info will be available at the fingertips. And there are other books that are way bigger and have all the really cool information. This one is just going to be like shorthand. So, quick flip, look at the page, on to whatever. The only things I've started is my sweet potato slips. Still a few weeks before we start anything else. Yeah, and last year I planted sweet potatoes and it worked. I just put a sweet potato in a casserole dish with water, and when it started growing the slips, I put the whole thing in the ground. So bravo to you, lady. What vegetables can't you grow in your area? Cannot grow here. It's really hard to grow the cold weather stuff here. Like your broccoli and your cauliflower and your Brussels sprouts and everything. It's, it's either got to be super early springtime or your winter garden, because the middle of the summer, it's too hot. The same thing for lettuce, they just bolt right up. So awesome news, says Rock Ranch. Thank you. Ken Worland says, I'm in. Thank you for all the work you put into the book. We and or folks we know will need your book. Well, they will if they want a homestead. It is very homesteading specific, and it's meant. I mean, obviously, if you have $1 million, you can set up a lovely homestead and buy all the things. But I've also got tips in there for if you are like on a budget and don't have a lot of money, and the easiest way and suggestions for how to get started as well. Yay, already a PJ's book, gave it away, need another, getting on it. Well, there you go, lady. Too cold to start gardening here yet. Right? It's been cold here. I know my walking onions are going to be fine. I know that peas here, even if it gets 20 or whatever, it will be fine. And I'm not one to start things in the house just because our house is very small and it's really dry because of the wood stove. And so you got to be watering things all the time. And I just don't. So I normally buy my starts or plant by seed as it gets warmer. PJ's book is an excellent, another must buy. I'll get a few for friends. This Whisker for Oscar Whiskey. I've got lots of veggie starts planted this week and seeds too. Now, Linda Hipple is a master gardener. Grandma Ginger's farm is a really good gardener lady. So if she says stuff, you pay attention to that. She has excellent information. Right? And the other thing I'm looking at for my garden is the greenhouse plastic was blown off. It was only 4 mil plastic that I bought at a hardware store. And so I didn't expect it to last more than a year or two, and it didn't. But I recently ordered greenhouse plastic. And as soon as my busy time is over, I plan on getting help and getting my greenhouse back up and running. And so once it's up and running, then I'll start planting in it. I planted peas in it already. And there's a few cabbage plants that survived the storm and everything else, but I have no idea if they're going to keep growing or if they're done. Do tomatoes grow well in the area? They grow okay. There's some bugs here and there's some rot here. Sometimes it's too wet, sometimes it's too dry, but they do okay. Do a 2-book combo with PJ's book, says McMikey. Intriguing. It's 2 different publishers, so that we might be able to do it like on the channel. You know what I mean? Like a raffle or something like that, or a signed copy. Both of us, we could do something like that. Tomatoes do amazing in the Ozarks, says Guardian Mother. As long as there's these nasty black bugs that come at the end of the summer. Blister beetles, I think they're called, and they will decimate tomatoes. You're just full of great ideas. You should be in marketing, says Lamp Keeper. Opal Beach. Shalom, Sister Kate. Love your channel. You're my kind of lady. Congrats on your book. Thank you very much, Opal Beach. Are you in Australia? Refuge duo to pair the books. Well, that's an idea too. They might be able to do that. The Patty Bowl. What did I miss? You're doing a book? It's already done, Pattyable. It's already done. It's going to be available March 13th. Here I go again. I will do another post on the channel about it. Here's the basic information. You can pre-order it at DeBarine Publishing. It'll be available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble starting March 13th. And it's about homesteading. It's called Homesteading Hints. I didn't have any last year when I planted basil and garlic in with them. That's a good, what am I trying to say? It's a good practice, Guardian Mother. I tried to keep my eyes out for them this year, and I killed most of mine so they didn't get too bad. But they have really torn up tomatoes in the past here. I did have one tomato plant that was really robust, and I've also had the stink bugs, and the stink bugs were and still are pretty much attack the plants and everything, but I found I had some success by wrapping the fruit with those little fruit bags that I bought. I have a video on it. There is Westhold Forge. Thank you for supporting the channel. I still have some excess metal for you. I don't know when we're going to get it to you, but Westhold Forge is a good guy. He has his own channel. It's called Westhold Forge on YouTube, and he's got some videos about blacksmithing, because he's a blacksmith. No, but that would be lovely. Northern Mississippi. Okay. Authors, believers, and off-grid homesteaders. Praise the Lord. Right? What was the process like for getting published? Okay. So, kind of doing it in a nutshell. First of all, you have to write about something, right? And I used open office, what do you call it? Dang, my brain just doesn't want to work. I typed it up in open office, and it was just basically done, not really great. And then when Sarah said, like, I'm going to become a publisher, do you want me to edit your book? I said, okay. And I said, look, it's in this format. I don't know if you have a Microsoft or whatever, but I will send it to you. And then if you will, do the editing part, because a publisher and an editor can be different. The editor is the one who's going to correct your spelling mistakes and your grammar and things like that. And the publisher is the one who's actually going to make the book printed and available for sale. And in her case, she's willing to do both, which is really cool. That's a really nice combination. And so I sent it to her. She put it in a document format, Word doc. And she sent it back to me, and it was available to me online to make my corrections for phraseology. And I went through it myself a couple of times. And then the lady who, before Sarah published it, my other friend, had gone through it too, to talk about, like, when I first wrote it, I just tried to get my thoughts down on paper without organizing them in a logical manner. I just wanted them there. So it was like paragraph, paragraph, paragraph. And then she kind of said, well, we need to clarify these things. And we made those corrections. And then I read it through a couple of times on my computer and made corrections. And then when I sent it to Sarah, she said, well, you got a bunch of errors. Us old people, our grammar rules and stuff like that are outdated. There's new systems for how sentences are written and where you put your commas and everything. And she knew that. So she said, do you want me to correct all your mistakes? And I said, sure. So, that was done on her end. And then she sent it back to me. And I went through it a couple of more times. She suggested adding a few things. We added them. And she had a copy on her end, and I had she had access to the Word program, and so did I. So she could correct it on her end, and I could correct it on my end. And then the last read through, we both were like, I'm pretty happy with it. And then we had talked about doing some photographs. And so I went out and did some photographs, sent those to her. She laid it out. And then she picked the cover too, because I had a cover that my daughter had sketched out for me and I loved it, but somehow she and I lost it. And so Sarah designed a cover, sent that to me, said, what do you think? I gave her my suggestions for that. She did my changes, sent it back to me, said, now, is this good? I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. And she sent it to me also in the way it was laid out. Because I pictured it's not big, it's like, I think 6 by 8, somewhere where in that, more like a pamphlet. And then I okayed that. And then she did the applying for the ISBN number, and I paid, and she didn't do that for free. She sent for the ISBN number and the copyright, and then she let me know when they had come through. And the copyright letter is going to be in the mail. So I'll have that. And then she does the actual marketing part. She's the one who's going to get it on Amazon and Barnes and Noble, which is sort of standard for a publisher these days, I think. Certainly PJ's publisher did that for him. And then if it's going up like on her website or it might be going up on Bear Independence too. I haven't really ironed that out with her. I don't know if it would be on Refuge or Grindstone, or if it's, I don't know that. And then I can order books from her, and she's doing that through an on-demand printer, which is also a very modern thing. You send them an order, they print how many books you like. If you guys pre-order, she will send that to a printer, and he will print out each one of your orders and have them ready. So that's kind of how it works. That's kind of how the process works. Lampkeeper just contacted her about her book and started the emails back and forth, and so she'll go through the whole process just like I did. All right, let me see your comments. That was a long bunch of talking. Okay. Insecticidal soap works well on killing bugs on plants. It does. What is that? Marigolds that keep the hornworms away? Yeah, marigolds are a stinky plant meant to keep bugs away. Fantastic. Congratulations. I'll order for sure. Thanks for updating me. No problem. Excuse me. Life is busy. I understand. Sister K, House of J. Moore. Shalom, Mother Kate. Hello, Sister K. Hope you kept seeds from the robust tomato, says Grandma Junior Farm. I think I tried to. Like my seed, the way I store my seeds, they're in metal cans, they're in Ziploc bags, they're in, have paper towels in the bag and so on. I know I certainly intended to, so I probably did. And I think I even labeled it, which is a big thing for me because I'm not that organized garden-wise. I'm usually like just sort of a whatever happens kind of gardener. Hope you kept seeds. Okay, Google Docs. Yeah, I think it was a Google Doc thing. And I may have had to download the program, but it was pretty simple after that. Rainy Horval, I want to send you some of my forget-me-not seeds, but yeah, I'm ordering from you. Well, thank you, Rainy. That's really sweet. That double space doesn't exist anymore. Drove me nuts. Best investment I made was editing software. Thank you for covering that piece. Still think you and PJ should do a combined show on promoting and discussing y'all books, as y'all are very complimentary in your approaches to things. Well, I will take that under advisement, GGG. It's a good idea. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I think it would be kind of like cool as a podcast, or doing the joint YouTube thing like I do with Foxborough Farm. Yeah, that's a good idea. Mike Holland, blessings. Long time no hear from you, brother. How you doing? Let's see. Would love to get to see you Saints this year. We are headed back to Kenya this month, so we'll be back later in the summer. Crazy times we live in. Going to Kenya, that can't be cheap, brother. What in the world? Just be safe over there. It is crazy times. It's crazy times in our country because the people in power are doing really strange things. All right. Let's see what else can we discuss. I wanted to talk to you guys. Oh, to thank everyone. Lone Star Living Channel and Ken Warland and Grandma Ginger and Lampkeeper and Linda Hipple. Y'all, I just appreciate your support and your good words and all that. I fellowship with women in South Africa, and it's very dangerous times. Sure. All right, y'all. Any other questions, comments before I sign off and go finish up my prep day chores? I know I haven't been talking much about the politics because in my mind, my husband does a great job analyzing it all. I do have some video ideas coming up. I wrote them down, so I am going to get into stuff. You are a Blessing to us all. Shalom. Thanks. Been looking at the War of 1812 again. Some interesting issues going on there that I did not notice before. So there'll be a video about that coming up. Also, the concept of the other, I will be doing a video on that. Thank you for giving us a heads up. Bless everyone here. Do you ferment your vegetables? I do not ferment my vegetables, but I know people who have, and seems like a great idea. Love to you and PJ. Congrats. Thank you. Thank you very much, y'all. I appreciate it. Have a great Shabbat, says Sylvia Akers Homestead. You too, lady. I'm going to tell you, that video I just put up about the project that we finished where we built that road, that kicked my rear end physically. So today I couldn't do any of my favorite, like, harder activities, like using a chainsaw to cut down a cedar tree to feed to my goats. Like, that was completely out. And I posted a picture on the community page, pretty sure it was a community page, of pallets that we got from behind a furniture store. They are big. Those pallets are, I think, at least queen bed size, 7 foot 6 inches. I think the brother who helped me pick them up had measured them before. Good evening, one. Have to go start dinner. Blessings all. Thanks for zipping by, Linda Hipple. Those were really heavy, and I unloaded those the day before I finished the road project. And so my back yesterday was not good, like really close to just being out completely. And so I spent a whole lot of yesterday just resting, and I took a leave, and I took some ibuprofen, and I used arnica on my back and liniment. So, like, it has been a week. I cannot wait to have my Shabbat rest. And we've got busy times coming ahead, so I'm looking forward to it. Thank you. So I have to admit, I have ADHD, and I tend to leave out info in my comments that my brain has already processed. I meant to say be very careful traveling because it's very dangerous times. You did a good job right there, Lamp Keeper. Oh, thanks, Ken. Ibuprofen found. Thank you. That's really sweet. Prayers for your quick recovery, rest, and ice and heat. Yep, all the things. Shabbat shalom, everyone, said Opal Beach.
Thanks, Ken.
Almost time to get off work for me. Have a great Shabbat, everyone, and congrats again, SK. Yeah, everybody have a great Shabbat.
Ken just sent you $20.
Sweetie, I thanked him. Are you not listening?
Okay.
Rude. Yeah, for the ibuprofen fund. Thank you so much. That is sweet. All right, well, y'all, I guess I'll sign off. I hope your Shabbats are wonderful. We really need them these days, to just take that time to withdraw and spend a little time in the Word and relax from the frantic, frenetic, stressful life. I need to get more of my chores doubled up today because I need to get back to the daughters on Sunday. Some of her cancers are in partial remission. Lots to do. May Yah bless and thanks for your prayers. Oh, and I will pray for her too. Man, that is rough, Grandma Ginger's farm. I will definitely pray for her, your daughter. And you be safe in your travels. All right, y'all. Thanks for swinging by. I'm going to go now. Bless you. Shalom. Shalom. Here, I'll do this one more time too, just in case you missed it. There you go. Woo! All right, bless you. Okay. Yeah. All right.